What is up, Metalheads? In today's video, I am going to show you my Necrons. Look at that. I built some models of my own. I don't get to do it that much, so be proud of me. Yay, the crowd goes wild. Okay, so what I am going to do in this video today is I am going to go over with you some things that I have been liking about these 9th edition Necrons. My plans on while I'm thinking about painting them. Look, there was some leftover bits. I know, surprise, surprise, right? So anyways, I'm going to go over what I liked about them, some plans that I have in regard to painting them, and a couple of things I learned while putting them together. So, to start with the 9th edition Necrons, I love that they're snap fit for the most part, easy to put together, and that's the way that they're set up. I think that's definitely cool. There is a learning curve though, make no mistake, with some of them, so I'm going to share that with you in just a second. Another thing I absolutely love about these 9th edition Necrons is the fact that there's the battle damage already on them. So I definitely like that. That takes the guesswork out. Well, I mean, granted, I know that there are people that like to have control over where the battle damage will be. However, for someone that doesn't have a lot of time to paint and just wants it done, but for them to look good, that really helps in that regard. Or if you're like me, who doesn't really have time to paint their own stuff, so that's something. I like the way that the scarabs look. Got that smoother, more sleek look to them. I also like that the Necrons look a bit leaner and meaner. Bit more foreboding, as I think is the right word for that. Now, out of all of the models, this one was the one that I had the most trouble with. I messed this one up, and I did have to do some cutting and adjusting to make this one fit properly, okay? And even then, it's not fit perfectly, but it is definitely way better than what it was going to be before I fixed it. So where the main issue was, one thing is, if you notice that there's a part, and this is assuming you guys didn't put your Necrons together yet, but I'm sure a lot of you did, and I'm like the one who's behind, right? But anyways, if you have one where there's a spine piece like this, and it has a peg going through, make sure to push it all the way through because it helps connect the other pieces. It kind of does imply, implies that in the directions and stuff, but what happened was I was trying to push through the spine piece on here, and then it got really tight, and so I sat there and thought it was as far in as I was going to get it, and that maybe I read something incorrectly, right? But it ended up not being able to push the spine piece all the way in and getting the peg all the way through affected how the rest of the other parts came on, like the chest piece and the arms and stuff. So, learn from my mistakes. Thank God, these kind of things I have no problem doing on my own figures. I don't end up really doing them on commissions, but as long as it's on my own thing, at least it's whatever, right? The other thing I learned about some of these models is some of them have it where you gotta kind of finagle in the piece with the neck and the chest piece and kind of fit it in such a way before you put them together. So that's another thing, and that's primarily with these kind of guys and stuff. I like also that these guys have like really dynamic poses to them. I really like that about these new Necrons. That's really cool about them. Sorry, I forgot to point that out. Anyways, the other thing is that a big tip regarding putting together these Necrons, and I think it's the same with the Primaris Marines too, but Matt hasn't put his together yet, so I'm not exactly sure, or maybe we can ask Brandon about it, but dry fit all these pieces first when you put your model together, whether it be the Warriors or whatever, like dry fit all the pieces first and then add your drop of glue in, whether it be plastic glue or whatever you prefer, because if you put, I found like when I did the first couple of Warriors, if you put the drop of glue first and then try to put the piece in, it might not actually fit correctly. So your best bet is to dry fit everything first and then put your little drop of glue after. That's your best bet. Anyways, paints, right? So for the main colors, I'm not sure exactly which one I'm gonna do, but I'm definitely gonna do Turbodork. But I'm picking between Crystal Cavern, which is a blue to purple color, okay? Also, by the way, we have a discount code with them. If you go on turbodork.com and use the code Metalhead Minis, you get 20% off your first order. Isn't that awesome? The other one I'm looking at is Miami Sunset, which is like a purple to pink to an orangey color. So I'm looking at that possibly. Or Lunar Eclipse, which is a purple burgundy metallic to a brown. Or like a brown copper, a copper more towards brown type color. And those are the 3 turbo shift, you know, color shift, or turbo shift, you know, kind of colors that I'm looking at, because I'm thinking that would look really cool, right? For some of the metallic parts, I'm looking at either Silver Fox or Dark Net, so I might be doing some of those, or one of those rather. For the glowy parts, I do have the Tesseract Glow, which is a Citadel technical paint. Be sure though to use the butt of your brush and mix it real good, because as you can see, that green part of the pigment really settles to the bottom. But this is a really awesome color, and what I'm thinking about doing is doing this color over yellow. This is like the old version of the Flash Gets yellow basically. And Naomi from Sword and Steel, she did a video about Tesseract Glow, and there was an example where she did it over the Flash Gets Yellow, I believe, and that looked really good, so I'm going to probably try that out. If not, I'll just do it over a titanium white. But either way, make sure that you subscribe to Sword and Steel on YouTube. That Naomi, she sure is a smart lady. We like her. She's awesome. And then also for other Necron colors, I have the Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. I might use that somewhere in there. There's the Canoptek Alloy that I might use somewhere in there, but I haven't honestly decided exactly where yet. For the bases, I'm trying to decide between doing Blackfire Earth and Martian Iron Earth. I'm leaning towards the Blackfire Earth, to be honest. But either way, I am going to be putting it on the bases using this lovely Citadel tool. And if you don't have it, you should totally get one of these, and you can get it at the Warhammer store. But these are really, really useful when it comes to putting on the technicals with the basing. Before putting on the metallic paints and stuff, I will be priming them with the Chaos Black from Citadel. Besides Stynylrez, Badger Stynylrez, I absolutely love GW primer for spray. And yeah, so then these were some of the extra bits. So if we get more Necrons, now we can sit there and customize them. So yeah, so these were my Necrons that I put together, and that's the colors that I'm thinking about using with them. And so yeah, and also those were a couple of things that I picked up along the way putting these guys together, and I hope that these tips help you out. Please be sure to check us out online at metalheadminis.com. And if you have any suggestions of certain things that you want to see with the, like tutorials, let's say, with the Necrons, please let us know in the comments below, or any suggestions. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.